You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston. On the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the Red Sox beat up on Gerrit Cole and a 7-game road losing streak with a 7-1 victory Saturday afternoon in the Bronx. Brayan Bello pitching into the 6th inning, picked up his team best 14th win on the season. Yoshida, 3 RBIs. Devers, 2 RBIs. Abreu, 2 runs knocked in. Now the Sox can go for the series sweep against the Yankees on Sunday. Welcome to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. I've done interviews with Theo, yes, that Theo Epstein, Buck O'Neill, Bobby Thompson, who hit the shot heard around the world, the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., George Brett, Johnny Damon, Terry Francona, Jim Palmer, country music legend Garth Brooks, Terry Cashman, Sharon Robinson, and the then Senator from Massachusetts, John Kerry, and many, many more. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we are going to discuss the Yankees making a move that makes everyone scratch their head, and yes, it came back to bite them. Bello worked into the 6th inning, picked up the win, and we see another career minor leaguer make his MLB debut for the Red Sox. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation, watching live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Hit the comment button. Join the Sox conversation. You can also hit me up on the X at Lennox on Baseball with questions, comments, or concerns. Our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/lockedon. Use code, all lowercase, LOCKEDONMLB to win a $50 bonus instantly when you play $5. So the Red Sox are trying to reel us back in. My promise to you over the course of this Locked On Red Sox postcast is not to get too giddy. I'll throw that out the window if the Red Sox win the finale on Sunday and garner a split of this 4-game series against the Yankees. After Sunday, 2 weeks left in the regular season. An error by me. I thought the series with the Rays started on Monday. No, starts Tuesday. Day off Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in St. Pete, Florida at Tropicana Field against the Rays, where the Red Sox did sweep a series earlier this year. Brayan Bello picked up the win Saturday. The Red Sox called a comeback win because they were down 1-0. But the Red Sox pick up the victory. Facing Gerrit Cole, the Yankees ace, who, remember, did not start the season in the rotation because of an injury. So Gerrit Cole gets an early lead. Well, 3rd inning. Gleyber Torres, RBI Single, 1-0. Cole did not allow a base hit over the first 3 innings. Hit Devers with a cutter in the first, and then got O'Neill to hit into a double play. Cole worked a 1-2-3 first inning. Again, quote unquote, and we're going to mention this several times. Devers hit with 1 out base run in the first inning. O'Neill hits into a double play. Cole threw 7 pitches in the first inning. Retired the side 1-2-3 in the second. Struck out Abreu, struck out Casas. 3rd inning. Story, Jansen, Valdez going down 1-2-3. Cole facing the minimum through 3. Then in the 4th inning, Duran, fly ball to center field. 1 out, bases empty. Cole, you see him on video, puts up the 4 fingers. First Nesson reference, because I got to bring Kevin Youkilis into the conversation. Still unknown whether or not it was Cole saying, you know what, we're putting them on, or if it was from the dugout. I thought Kevin Youkilis did a nice job explaining it. They had the camera from home plate looking out at Cole, and he basically said for the home plate umpire, Kevin Youkilis saying, hey, he had to look into the dugout to confirm and was kind of wondering, what are you doing here? So Cole with 1 out, bases empty in the 4th inning, walks Rafael Devers to put a runner on. Now, it's not the 8th inning. It's still in the 4th inning. Yankees up 1-0. But can we say right here, right now, Rafael Devers owns real estate, prime real estate, and Gerrit Cole's head? He is right there between his ears. So Devers walks. Steals second. O'Neill, down in the count 1-2, he walked. And all of a sudden, I started getting giddy. I'm like, right now, go get him. Yoshida, double down the left field line. Ball kicked off the warning track, I think it was, right inside the left field line, went up into the seats. Devers scores 1-1 ball game. And then Abreu comes through with a 2-run single. Casas hits into a double play, inning over, but the damage done. And the Red Sox put up 3 runs, went in front against Cole and the Yankees, and never trailed again. Then in the 5th inning, I mean, you had to be laughing. You had to be chuckling. After what the Red Sox experienced over the previous 2 days, wouldn't you know it? That's baseball. Devers, in that 4-run 5th inning for the Red Sox, comes to the plate with the bases loaded against Gerrit Cole. He delivers with a 2-run single. O'Neill hit by a pitch. Notice the tone in my voice there. O'Neill, I'll repeat it. O'Neill hit by a pitch. Intentional? No. But he was hit by a pitch. We count everything in baseball. Remember that. Yoshida came through with a 2-run single. That made it 7-1. That was all for Gerrit Cole. His day was over. Cole done. 7-1 lead, 7-1 final. Bello did work into the 6th inning. Then we saw the bullpen get the job done. Hey, if you want to join us, part of the conversation on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, guess what I've done for the first time? Shooting Smoke joins us. Hit the comment button if you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you. But now, look, keep it clean. I'll throw a comment up there. Shooting Smoke, who's become one of our Locked On Red Sox postcast veterans, if you will. Cole let Devers beat him again. You know what? Even before that 5th inning, Shooting Smoke, Devers had already beaten him. When Cole put up the 4 fingers in the previous plate appearance, he may have beaten him in the 1st inning. He may have had him beaten already because he hit him with a pitch. Now, did Devers have a breakout day? No, Cole wouldn't let him. He had the 2-run single, had 2 RBIs, walked a couple of times, hit by a pitch, and scored 2 runs. But boy, does Rafael Devers live inside the head of Gerrit Cole right now. And Cole was interviewed, I think it was earlier in the week. Saw it on Nesson maybe a day or 2 ago, and saw it on social media or anti-social media, where he was asked something to do with Latin heritage, something along those lines. And he was asked, Latin-born players who have given you fits over the years. Gerrit Cole basically just said, Rafael Devers. Didn't even let the person he knew, didn't let the person finish the question, Rafael Devers. He knew it even before his start on Saturday. And then he asked the question, if you've got any ideas on how to get that guy out, I'm all for it. Well, plunking him with a cutter in his first plate appearance, and then walking him when you hadn't allowed a base hit through the first 3 innings, walking him with 1 out and bases loaded, or bases empty, pardon me, in the 5th inning. Yeah, Shooting Smoke. Rafael Devers right now absolutely owns Gerrit Cole. Inside his head, all you can, absolutely, So the Red Sox pick up the win. Again, I'm not going to get too giddy over Saturday's win. I'll be more excited if the Red Sox can garner a split of this series. Really, they could be up 3-0. They really could be up 3-0. So Gerrit Cole, thanks for that. Walking Rafael Devers, this is going to be talked about all the way through Monday because the hosts on MLB Network Radio, MLB Radio on Sirius XM, they're going to have it at it Monday during certain portions of their show. Steve Phillips and crew with the early morning show. Then MLB Network, the normal Monday through Friday people will talk about it on Monday as well. You walk Rafael Devers with nobody on base, without allowing a hit to that point in that inning. And then you go from there. Take it, run with it. Cole, Aaron Boone, Yankees Analytics, thanks for that. You know what's something else the Red Sox did on Saturday? Cole went 4 1/3, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts through just 68 pitches, but his day was over in that 5th inning. And Cole got his 2 strikeouts in the 2nd inning, struck out Abreu and Casas. Didn't pick up another strikeout. And again, if they talked about it, hey, in this situation, we're going to walk Devers. You okay with it? Cole put it up first. The umpire looked at him, had to look to the dugout. Yeah, we're putting him on. So again, thanks for that, Aaron Boone, Gerrit Cole, Yankees analytics department. That move backfired. How about the Red Sox hitters? 31 official at-bats. They struck out just 5 times. Put the ball in play, good things happen. Numbers of the day coming up in our third segment, but I want to touch on it right now. Okay? Because Youkilis mentioned it in the 9th inning. We might see a Yankee hitter get drilled here by Greg Weissert. Weissert, 1, 2, 3, left Aaron Judge on deck. He did not get one final turn at the plate in the bottom half of the 9th inning. If he had come to the plate in the bottom of the 9th inning, it would have been with at least one run around. Weissert took care of business. But you hit Devers. You hit O'Neill. You hit Jarren Duran. Bill Slack, longtime pitching coach in the Red Sox organization, through batting practice not only to Ted Williams, but also through batting practice to Ted Williams' son as well, John Henry. Bill Slack, longtime minor league manager for the Boston Red Sox organization. Long time in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, in the Carolina League. Slacker, I learned a lot from that man. I learned a lot over the years. He was a pitching coach for a team I broadcast for in the minors in Wilmington, Delaware, in the Kansas City Royals organization. And there was a time, Wilmington and Lynchburg, affiliate of the Pirates, they did not get along. I mean, it was Red Sox, Yankees on a minor league level, but fights, all sorts of different things. And Slacker was around home plate. The manager had been ejected from the game. Now, Bill Slack was an older gentleman back 2001, 2000, or 2002, 2003. Manager tossed from the game. He's at home plate. Warnings had been issued to both teams. And Slacker was going like this or like this with fingers up on one hand. The pitcher for the other team, he had gone a long time without pitching. And I asked Bill after the game, I said, what were you doing with your finger? And he said, that's how many they've hit of us. We haven't hit anybody yet. But he said, basically, we're going to even it up at some point. And I've said this in the past. After a certain number, intentional or not, you've got to send a message to the other team. And Youkilis and Dave O'Brien, Nesson reference again, were alluding to that, I believe, as the game went on. And Kevin Youkilis even said, I call him Uke, you call him Uke. I've never met him, but Uke does a great job. But basically said, hey, it's not happening today. And I think Dave O'Brien basically said, paraphrasing just a little bit, hey, tomorrow's another day. And tomorrow could be interesting. It's the final game of the regular season. Bello may have had a shot at Judge, missed. But again, numbers of the day, 3. You hit 3 batters. Not only did you hit 3 batters, you hit Devers, you hit the cleanup hitter O'Neill, and you hit Jarren Duran. Intent or not, when you hit 3 batters and you're hitting Duran and Devers in the Red Sox lineup, as Bill Slack said, we may not get, we gotta get closer to evening this up. Let's hit the comment section real quick. Shooting smoke. I like the smile on Duran's face when he got beamed, knowing Cole had to face Rafi again. Yeah. And his reaction when he was walked with 1 out and the bases empty. Do you think Bello threw a Judge and missed? Truthfully, I was in my car. I had it on the radio. And with satellite radio, sometimes it's not up to the second. Then I got back home, had to run child out, play taxi for a little bit. I did not see Bello throwing, but and I don't know if it was in transition of Dave Fleming and Joe Castiglione, or it was back to Dave O'Brien and Kevin Youkilis, where, well, that's where Bello was in there for. You don't bring the reliever in to do that, because then if he does get tossed, you've got to go to the bullpen again. Bello was at the end of the rope anyway. Shooting smoke, I do apologize. I did not see it, but apparently he threw behind him. I automatically think of Noah Syndergaard and Chase Utley years ago. Tom Hallion, Terry Collins. Pitchers today don't want to hit a guy like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is not going to the mound after Brayan Bello. Aaron Judge would not have He would have looked out there maybe. He would have tried to have been intimidating. I don't think he would have said a word. I think he would have understood. Now, what worried me was in the 9th inning when Verdugo came to the plate. That worried me. Because if you hit Verdugo or if you come inside, dare you even come inside against Juan Soto or Alex Verdugo? Because they're going to chime and chirp from home plate 60 feet, 6 inches away. But they're not necessarily going to the pitcher's mound either. Right? But I thought, well, here's a situation. If you really wanted to, you could drill Verdugo right now. They didn't. So shooting smoke, I don't know. If Bello was out there, hey, that's a situation where, yeah, go get their best guy. Now it's 3-1, but really it's closer to 3-3 because you've drilled their best hitter in the lineup. Coming up, hey, a couple of roster moves, a couple of demotions and promotions for the Red Sox. We're going to get into Bello in the pen, the at-bat of the day as well, and an MLB debut and a great story for Zach Penrod. We're going to discuss that when we continue. Our Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Tonal. Even the most dedicated gym goers struggle with consistency. The commute, waiting for weights, other people sweat on machines. It makes skipping a workout very tempting, doesn't it? With Tonal, you can choose from thousands of workouts and train in a way you actually enjoy at home. Tonal is the world's smartest and most effective strength training system that helps you get stronger, powered by AI. Tonal learns with every rep so you can deliver workouts personalized just for you. Tonal learns from your movement and provides suggested weight recommendations for every move with detailed progress reports. They even create personalized programs and workout suggestions or recommendations based on your individual goals. Unlike traditional gym equipment, Tonal uses adaptive digital weight to advance your training techniques. From professional athletes to the mom of 3, Tonal is trusted by thousands who have become their strongest. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off their Tonal purchase with promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's Tonal.com. Use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $200 off. All right, coming up, Brayan Bello and the pen at-bat of the day. So the Red Sox with the win on Saturday, 7-1 the final. How about a 105 start in the Bronx on Saturday? Yankees have done that for years. But with the win, the Red Sox avoid falling to below 500. And if they'd lost Saturday, they would have been a game under 500 for the first time since June 11th when they lost to the Phillies and dropped to 33 and 34. But they pick up the victory. They end a 7-game losing streak that started in Detroit last weekend. Lost the final 2 in Detroit, lost 3 to the Mets at Citi Field, lost the first 2 against the Yankees. And now you're even with the Yankees for the season series. That's not going to mean anything. There's no head-to-head, that tiebreaker or anything like that. Yankees are either, likely going to win the AL East or they're going to finish in the top wild card spot in the American League. But the Yankees-Red Sox series, 6-6 with 1 more to go. I'm not sure that I like the Yankees and Red Sox playing just once in September. But you're playing teams in your own division a little bit less now over the course of the season, and they've backloaded the schedule with AL East opponents in September. Rays, Red Sox will open up a 3-game series in St. Pete, Florida on Tuesday, not Monday, Tuesday. Off day for the Red Sox in St. Pete, in Tampa on Monday. And then they'll wrap up with 3 games against the Rays as well, the final weekend of the regular season, which is now 2 weeks away. So the Red Sox do pick up the win. Brayan Bello, Bello didn't really have any inning where he was in a whole lot of trouble. Got Soto in the first inning, went 3-2 on Soto, got him on a ground out, struck out Judge to end the first inning on a sinker that was 95 and threw 15 total pitches in the first inning. Gave up a single to Chisholm in the second. And then Verdugo, Volpe in the third. That was the inning. That's the inning where they got their run, and it could have been more. Volpe led off with a single. Verdugo a single. Could have been second or first and third with nobody out. But Verdugo tried to stretch a single into a double, and he was cut down. Great throw by Wilyer Abreu from right field. Got a good carom, threw him out. Torres had the RBI single in the third. Soto reached on an error by the second baseman. Judge flied out to the warning track. Abreu, seems like Abreu always gets back to the wall and has a long run along the wall. Well, he went to his left towards the corner, made the catch on Judge, and then Wells popped out to the catcher for the final out in the third. Now the Yankees, Verdugo. You can call it a base running blunder. Could have been first and third, nobody out. Torres, RBI single. Then it could have been first and second, a run across, and nobody out. Instead, Verdugo was cut down in the third inning, trying to stretch a single into a double. And then Chisholm, a leadoff walk in the fourth inning against Bello, and he got picked off. Dominguez then retired. Rizzo on a comebacker. Bello took care of it of himself. And then that was pretty much it. Gave up a walk in the sixth inning. Got Dominguez on a fielder's choice ground out, and then got Rizzo on a ground out. Actually, that was Bello with Horn in that sixth inning as well. Horn got the final 2 outs and did issue a walk. His first appearance is coming back up earlier in the day from AAA Worcester. We get into that here as well because the Red Sox making a couple of moves. Now, Zach Kelly and Cam Boozer found out Friday night. That had to be tough. That had to be a tough clubhouse, tough manager's office on Friday night in the Bronx. Kelly goes down. Boozer goes down. They may not pitch for the Red Sox in the regular season again this season. And Kelly and Boozer, I give them credit. They're at their locker Friday night. They took ownership of how things have played out. Kelly's had a rough go of it. But remember, Zach Kelly early on in the year, he was solid out of the bullpen. You can make a case. You never know, but you can make a case right now. Overuse, overexposed, perhaps to a certain extent. But Kelly, you have to figure out how he's effective out of your bullpen next year because he could be a big arm. He could be. Shooting smoke back with us. Utley is what I thought of when I saw the pitch. When they throw behind a hitter's instinct, shooting smoke, is to move back. That's what Syndergaard. I don't believe Syndergaard had any interest in actually hitting Chase Utley. Different circumstances, because remember, Utley against the Mets, whatever you want to say, and I'm not going far down this road, but when he took out Ruben Tejada, that was an ugly and a dangerous play. It really was. Syndergaard had his opportunity, missed. And we see on social media all over the place, Tom Hallion, Terry Collins. Terry Collins has a podcast of his own now. And he recently interviewed Noah Syndergaard. I didn't listen to it. I don't have any interest in that. There was one that he actually did with Tom Hallion. I do want to go back and watch that one at some point. Okay, shooting smoke. You bring it up, and you make a great point here. I did see Penrod. On the mound, and Penrod. Big arm, 27 years old, can throw heat, but he can get a little wild from time to time. What Trevor Story and Rafael Devers were doing on a pop-up in that inning for the final out, I have no idea. But Penrod was able to work his one inning, struck out the first batter, Austin Wells, his first out, recording the strikeout. Penrod went the one inning, but he did issue that walk, then got the final out in that eighth inning. I think it was Rizzo. We got the pop-up. Devers barely moved. Story came into him. Story kind of bounced off the brick wall. Devers, I mean, how long did that take? In and out of his glove. Bobble, 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 bobble. Finally secures it for the third out. Alex Cora, they got him on camera, basically saying, what in the world are you doing there? In that situation, and Dave O'Brien's done it before, the inning was over. But you say, whose ball was that? Well, Trevor Story, it's Rafael Devers' ball because as you're coming with Rafael Devers, hey, the out was recorded. Red Sox won 7-1. We can sort of smile about it right now. But that had a little bit of a disaster, and don't tell me your stomach didn't drop just a little bit. At bat of the day in just a moment, but want to talk about the bullpen. As Zach Penrod makes his major league debut. and another debut for the Red Sox. And another guy, 26 or older. Red Sox have had 11 players up from the minors this year making their big league debuts, 9 of them, including Penrod now, 26 or older. I love the stories of guys coming from minor league baseball. If you've been with us on the Locked On Red Sox postcast, you know I love the stories of guys from the minors, long stints in the minors, getting their shots at the major league level. We've now seen 11 guys this year make their big league debuts. Again, 9 of those 11, 26 or older. Penrod on Nesson saw it pregame. Talking about, his wife just gave birth to their first child within the last 2 weeks. I think 10 or 11 days ago. His wife, his mother-in-law, and his baby, newborn baby, in the seats at Yankee Stadium. I don't think anyone around the Penrod family and Zach Penrod's mother-in-law had any idea who they were. And good, right? Good, because there's a newborn involved. New mom, happy. It's not only the player, it's the wife as well. And Zach Penrod at his locker at Yankee Stadium before the game talking about what the last 18, 20 hours have been for him and Bailey Horn from Worcester to New York early this morning. And it's not only for the player, it's for the family as well. We've said that a handful of times. Jamie Westbrook, Richard Fitz, and now Penrod in the big leagues. And he got the job done. Deserving to be in the big leagues for the rest of the season. Do they keep him on the 40-man roster during the offseason? That's big for a player. If he goes through the offseason on the 40-man roster, that's huge. If he goes to spring training on the 40-man roster, that's a big deal. That is a really big deal for a player. Before we get out of here, wow, we're getting behind. Let's go at bat of the day. There's an anniversary, by the way, for the Red Sox organization. 1-year anniversary. You may know all about it. It involves Chaim Bloom. At bat of the day, simple for me. Rafael Devers, 5th inning, 2-run single, turns a 3-1 ball game into a 5-1 ball game, and he does it against Gerrit Cole, who he absolutely owns right now. He is inside Gerrit Cole's head, and that's just, hey, it happens, right? Rafael Devers, at bat of the day. The roster moves, we'll continue to get into them a little bit coming up in our next segment. Numbers of the day as well, and we do look ahead. One more in the Bronx against the Yankees. I'm optimistic. They win on Sunday. I'll be ecstatic. Because at that point in time, Twins play later tonight. Tigers play later tonight. You're going to be scoreboard watching just like me. Don't deny it. Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox. Glad you're with us. Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day, presented by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and bang, watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Turn your $10 into $1,000. Sign up today, get a $50 bonus instantly when you play your $5. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Download the Prize Picks app today. Again, use code LOCKEDONMLB to get a $50 bonus. Prize Picks, run your game. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. You can also follow me on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Lennox on Baseball as well. Locked On Red Sox postcast, also brought to you by FanDuel. You've heard us talk about FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Well, FanDuel has something a little bit different for you right now in September. Now through September 22nd. All FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then, with a YouTube TV base plan, you are going to be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you will need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel that at any time as well. If that's not enough, be sure to check out FanDuel's Profit Boost in the app and use it for FanDuel's Double Your Winnings from Sunday, tomorrow, September 15th, pregame moneyline bets, profit boosts starting and did get underway on Thursday. You can view your account page now to learn more about your FanDuel boost. Just visit FanDuel.com, download America's #1 sportsbook today. Tyler O'Neill plus 420 to hit a home run Saturday, did not happen. Rafael Devers plus 320 to hit a home run on Saturday, did not happen. Jarren Duran was plus 650 to hit the Red Sox first home run of the game. Red Sox won a game without hitting a home run. How about that? Hasn't happened a lot of late. FanDuel Red Sox future bets, plus 39,000 to win the World Series right now. Plus 10,000 to make it to the ALCS. Plus $17,000 to win the American League Championship Series. Again, visit FanDuel.com and download America's #1 sportsbook. Hit you up with some numbers of the day in just a moment. Shooting Smoke, you're great with segue. You really are. It's like you're thinking ahead as to where I'm going with the show. And sometimes you just give out a friendly reminder as to where I want to go as well. But, we've got a decent pitching matchup for the final game of the 4-game series. It feels like this series has been sluggish, and yet here we are 3 games into it. Maybe it's because of how the Red Sox have lost the previous 2. 2-1 walk-off victory for the Yankees on Thursday. Then they come from behind. Red Sox up 4-0. Big inning with Aaron Judge capping a 5-run 7th on Friday in what turned out to be a 5-4 victory. I'm not a believer in the Yankees right now in the postseason. I'm really not. I'm not there on the Yankees. Now, in the American League, Astros, Yankees, if the Red Sox aren't in the postseason, Astros, Yankees, I'd give the Astros a fighting chance. If the Mariners made it into a series against the Yankees in the postseason, I think you'd see a lot of low-scoring games. I mean, think about it. The one big swing of the bat by Aaron Judge. Outside of that, they've got 3 runs for this series. You get in a series against the Mariners somehow make it. Good luck facing the Mariners if they make it to that 3rd wild card spot. And they've got the pitching. They've got the starting pitching to absolutely shut down any lineup in the postseason. Don't forget, they've got to get there first. And don't forget, the Mariners have never, ever been to the World Series. Numbers of the day. Red Sox, Yankees now even, 6 games apiece with 1 more to go. Devers came to the plate in the 5th inning. I just want to bring this up one more time. Came up against Gerrit Cole after Cole had walked him in the previous inning with, again, bases empty and 1 down. That came back to bite him. And then Devers coming through with the 2-run single. That was our at-bat of the day in segment number 2. But the numbers of the day, Devers now has 14 career hits, 8 career home runs against Cole, and 20 RBIs against the Yankees ace as well. Red Sox did not strike out 10 or more times on Saturday. Put the ball in play, good things happen. Manufacturing big innings without the use of a home run ball, something we have not seen since the All-Star break back in July. But the Red Sox pick up the victory. Brayan Bello, team-leading 14th win on the season. And Bello has now gone 5 straight starts without allowing a home run. Red Sox are 8-2 in his last 10 starts, 19-9 in his 28 starts on the season. And just for giggles, let's throw it out there one more time. Then I'm going to give you a true confession. All right? 3. That was the number of Red Sox hitters hit by Yankee pitchers on Saturday. 5th inning. This may be unpopular, but 5th inning, Valdez is at the plate. Up there 1st and 2nd, right? Had the count in his favor, 3-1. What was I thinking during that at bat? A, I was thinking don't hit the ball on the ground. B, I thought drop a bunt down here, please. Move the runners to 2nd and 3rd with less than 2 outs. But then I sort of remembered Valdez has been called upon to bunt a couple of times this year, and it didn't really work out well for him or the Red Sox. He did move the runner along, 3-1 pitch, fly ball to the outfield. That moves Story along to 3rd, 1st and 3rd, 1 out in that situation. But my true confession there is I love the 1-0 ball game. We don't see a lot of those for the Red Sox. But I love present day, a well-executed bunt. If Valdez was asked to bunt there and he got it down and had second and third with one out, I would have been pretty excited. That's my true confession to you for the day. One more on tap. Shoot and Smoke had it. Pitching matchup. Cutter Crawford, Carlos Rodon, 135 first pitch from the Bronx on Sunday. Red Sox will have Cutter Crawford on the mound. Remember his outing earlier this year against the Yankees? It wasn't good. It wasn't decent. It wasn't just quality. It was outstanding. Let's see what Cutter Crawford can do. And just one tip of the cap, leave on yet another positive, okay? Penrod makes his big league debut. Horn just up from AAA. Red Sox, 4 relievers. Horn, Winkowski, Penrod, Weissert. You did not have to use Kenley Jansen with a 6-run lead in the 9th inning on Saturday. As those 4 relievers, Horn, Winkowski, Penrod, MLB debut for him, and Weissert get the job done. Just one more number for you. Remember Brayan Bello for a long time had an ERA over 5. At one point, for a stretch of games, Bello was the only 10-game winner in the big leagues with an ERA over 5. But his record is now 14-7, and his ERA continues to drop. Well below 5 now. Almost 4.5, 4.60. Hey, as always, and guess what? I told you, I really got to get out of here. Folks at Locked On are going to make me do push-ups as I continue to go well past 30 minutes. They give me a little cushion, but we're hitting 37, 38 minutes here again. I do want to thank you. We hit over, 400 views on our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel from Friday night. My goal is to get 500 at some point here in the final 2+ weeks of the regular season. But that's a credit to you. Also, tip of the cap to our viewers, our listeners on the podcast. Thank you, as always, to our sponsors, Tonal, Prize Picks, and FanDuel on this Saturday where the Red Sox win 7-1 in the Bronx. We are live within minutes of the last out on Sunday afternoon for the Red Sox and Yankees. What is the regular season finale between the two teams? And you could say it's the rubber matchup of the regular season series because right now it is even at 6-6. Locked On Sports Boston, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Tip of the cap to you. Thank you so much for being part of Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day. Hopefully, fingers crossed, into October.